YouTube, what's going on, guys? Patch here. Hope guys are having a fantastic day. Guys, today I want to give you one of the most important videos you could watch during this 2021 bull run. I want to give you guys the exact strategy I'm going to be using and when I'm going to be selling my Bitcoin, my altcoin, how that whole flow is going to look like, and what you need to watch out for to make sure you don't make the same mistake as most people did in 2017, where they watched Bitcoin go to 20K, held on to it, and then held on to it all the way down to $3,000. The ideal scenario you want to look for is selling around the top, so that when Bitcoin does inevitably have that bear market, you want to be looking at picking up Bitcoin towards the very bottom. And I want to show you guys the strategy of how it's going to work. I want you guys to be prepared. If you guys do enjoy this video, make sure you leave a thumbs up, make sure you guys are subscribed, and make sure you share this video around so more people can see it, more people can stay up to date with everything going on, and more people won't have to suffer and have a bitter taste of Bitcoin in their mouth. Before we get started with that though, if you guys want to see every single one of the trades that myself and my expert team are entering in real time as soon as we identify those trades, make sure you check out the first link down below in the description. We're going to give you every single one of our altcoin trades, every single one of our leverage trades. You'll get access to the #1 community in the cryptocurrency space by far, and it is free for 14 days. So for 2 weeks after you sign up, we're not going to charge you anything. We're not going to hide anything from you. You'll see everything, every trade that we have during those 14 days. If you don't like it, if it doesn't work for you, no matter what, you can cancel and you'll avoid getting charged. Now, I didn't have time to up the price. We were going to do, last video is going to be the last time we kept at this price. Since I forgot to do it, I didn't have time to do it, I'm going to leave it one more time. By Friday, this price is going to have increased. If you sign up now, if you're already in, you're grandfathered in the old price. If you sign up now, you're going to be grandfathered in at the old price. But anytime after this video, probably either tomorrow or the day after, by next video, the price is going to gone up. So make sure you guys take advantage of that. So let's get started with how I'm looking at selling. So we're going to focus first on Bitcoin, and then we're going to move over to altcoins and see, you know, the whole layout of how the market tends to react, which one pumps first, when we know that we should be getting out. And it starts with, honestly, these 3 moves that we've had so far. In Bitcoin, with these 3 moves, yeah, we see some bearish divergences, we can say here, that led to the pullbacks. But overall, in terms of the psychology of people, these moves are very, very good to see. And we can compare these to what we saw in the last bull run, even though obviously they look smaller now because this bull run already had its peak. We haven't had that yet, so the chart looks a little different. But we can see we had the first pump and then a correction. Then we had the second pump and then a correction. We could have even said we had the third pump and then we had the correction here. Same thing as we're seeing going on right now. We had the first pump, we had a correction. We had the second pump, we had a correction. Now we're in the middle of what could be the third cycle, either a correction here, then continuing, or we're going to see a small dip like this, and then we're going to see the correction forward. Either way, as long as we continue to have these corrections, people get the opportunity to sell. People are in profits at different times. So, right, people are making profit throughout here. They're watching their portfolio grow, depending on if you bought, you know, here or over here or all the way over here. You're watching it grow, and then during this, people are getting the opportunity to sell off. But a ton of people are still in profit. There's not a lot of fear going on. If they bought over here, they're waiting to sell at a profit because most people don't want to sell at a loss. So what they're going to be doing is waiting for this next move up. And then since this next move up is going to make a lot more people a lot more profit, then there's going to be the correction where people get the opportunity to sell off. And then we have the third move, right? And people get the opportunity to sell off. What we need to watch out for, what's going to be the big indicator to me of it's time to get out of the market, is when we see this stop. Because if I open this price, the date range over here, we can see from the start of when this whole thing started, right? Bitcoin was at like $1,000 in 2017. Even earlier 2017, Bitcoin was at around, went down to around $600. Now from $600 up to, let's just say 600 over here, up to all the way up before when we had this third correction, it was up already almost a 10x. It was at 983% profit. And if we look at the date range, this all happened in the span of, let's go again over here. This is January 2017. This all took around 300 days. So a good chunk of time it took for Bitcoin to actually, you know, have these 3 cycles similar to what we're seeing right now. Again, it's been a few months. Bitcoin's had its pumps and then corrections. We've seen that happen. However, after we had this third move over here, in the span of 30 days, one month, the span of 1 month, Bitcoin's price went up from, it was 5,600, which was already a huge increase from that $600 it was previously. It had another 250% move just from that point over here. So Bitcoin went from being worth just under $6,000 to just under $20,000 in a very, very short period of time. And what happens during this move is everybody's in profit. Everybody's in profit. Nobody's had much of an opportunity to sell off their profit. And so when one person that has a relatively big bag decides to sell and starts creating this catalyst on the way down, everybody that's in profit starts to panic sell. Everybody gets nervous. Everybody gets worried. And that's why you see everybody flash. That's why you see these bumps come into the market as well, because people then start to rebuy, but the buy is never strong enough to make up for all the selling action that's going on from everybody that's in profit over here. And that's what led to the start of the bear market. We had these few pumps, but then eventually, you know, the EMA ribbon crossed. We saw all the bear scenarios come in, and Bitcoin went down all the way to $6,000. Then saw some bounce, saw some sideways price action until further down when Bitcoin crashed to its lowest level of $3,154. So even during the bear market, we see all these moves, we see all the pumps, the dumps, we've seen all that happen, the double tops that came in here, right, that led us to see that it was going to continue to the downside. But the focus I want to show you guys, the focus I want to, the thing I want to focus on is this area over here, because this move, this parabolic move that has no sign whatsoever of pullbacks, no sign of breathing room, no sign of people securing profit, this is what we have to watch out for. We haven't seen it happen yet, in my opinion, which is extremely good, right? The fact that we continue to see these pullbacks, to me, is fantastic. I was worried that if we got to 60K, it would be off of a parabolic, a moonshot, and then we were going to have a huge sell-off after that. That isn't the case as of yet, but I expect still, my prediction, not financial advice, I expect still we will have that move come in. And you do not want to be the guy that watched Bitcoin go from $20,000 to $3,000, losing 85% of its valuation, right? You don't want to be that guy. It'd be much better to sell Bitcoin at 17, 18K and buy Bitcoin back at $3,000. And if you think people at the top are not the big whales, the big wallets, the guys who own billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin at this point, if you don't think these guys are in communication, I can tell you for a fact, because I know some of these guys, they communicate. They know what's going to go on in the market, and they know if they sell their bags here, then they are going to be buying it back over here. They know if they create that panic, other people are going to sell. It's going to dump the market if they sell. And so they're going to be able to recover at a much lower price. And knowing that we need to play the game that the whales play, we need to know what game they're playing. We need to identify. We need to be able to play along with it so we can also make that profit. Because if they're going to be selling here and they're going to be buying here, I'm also going to be selling when we see a parabolic move. And then I'm also going to be buying once we hit the bottom. And most people are going to be doing the opposite of that. Now, that's the scenario for Bitcoin. That's what I'm looking forward to. When Bitcoin starts getting that parabolic move, be careful. Be careful. Start booking some profits, whether it's a trailing stop loss, whether it's just you're going to keep an eye on it manually, whatever it is that's going to work best for you. Do that. Make sure you secure profit during the parabolic run, because this is going to eventually, having these nice waves is going to stop, and we are going to see, in my opinion, we are going to see this next move where during this move, if you were around 2017, it was euphoria. People thought there was no way of losing in 2017. People thought no matter what price you bought Bitcoin at, tomorrow you would have doubled your money, because these are the daily candles. There might be 3 red candles in this month. There might be 3. Right? Everything else is just, you go to sleep, Bitcoin's worth 8,179. You wake up, Bitcoin's worth 8,700. You go to sleep, it's worth 8,700. You wake up, Bitcoin's worth 9,200. Just every single day, guaranteed pretty much that you were going to wake up and you were going to see it make money. Now, that's not where it ends, because what happens when a lot of people sell Bitcoin? That's when we start looking at the altcoins. That's when we start looking at the possibility of where's the money going to go to? Some money's going to be cashed out. But if you were around in 2017 as well, you'll know that Bitcoin peaked at, where is this? Bitcoin peaked on the daily chart at around the 16th of December. Then the 17th, it had its peak, but a red candle, right? So 16th, let's say 15th, 16th, 17th of December was when Bitcoin had its peak. If you move over to Ethereum, right, the second biggest cryptocurrency, you'll see that Ethereum peaked on the week of January 8th, 2018. If we zoom into the daily time frame, let's show you guys what this looked like. Scroll back a little bit, scroll back a little bit. Scroll back, we're almost there, almost there, almost there. Here we go. So Ethereum, the 13th of January, right? The 12th, the 13th, the 14th, this was when Ethereum was having its top, which was a few weeks after Bitcoin had Bitcoin's top. And that tends to be the case. Altcoins, if you go historically, if you look at altcoins, when they had their peak, altcoins had their peak a few weeks after Bitcoin. The money exited Bitcoin, went into the altcoins. Altcoins saw their huge pump, a little bit slower, right? So Bitcoin started the pump. Altcoins joined in a little later. Then Bitcoin reached its top. Altcoins reached its top a few months later. The Bitcoin dominance shows us that exactly because this over here on the weekly candle, this is pretty much 2017 summed up, right? We had the mid 2017, not much going on, a little bit of, the weekly candles are up, down, up, down. Then in August, we saw Bitcoin start to have its big move, right? Followed by one big red candle down, which if you look at this red candle, if you line it up, this is the 6th of November. If I were to open up Bitcoin, the 6th of November pretty much was this week over here, right? The week that we had this pullback. Altcoins saw some breathing room, Bitcoin dominance dropped, but then it continued until Bitcoin reached its all-time high, which happened during these two candles over here. Bitcoin reached its all-time high. The rest of these candles, this was altcoins taking over dominance of the market. Bitcoin dominance dropping extremely fast, just 3 big red candles to the downside. Bitcoin dominance dropping, altcoins pumping, altcoins hitting their all-time high. And then once that happened, again, 8th of January, 15th of January, this level over here, when they started to peak out, then Bitcoin started to take over dominance. Everything started to enter the bear market. And that's what we see between here and all the way up here, which is August 2019, was the bear market. Usually Bitcoin dominance, even though Bitcoin's price now be looking pretty, altcoins are getting hit harder than Bitcoin is getting hit. And then from 2019, we had a little bit of a correction. Altcoins saw some breathing room, and then big spike came in all the way till December 20th. Altcoins were suffering a little bit more. Then altcoins recently have had a little bit more breathing room, and we've been able to see some incredible moves for altcoins. So that's the whole game plan that I have for selling Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going to, in my opinion, at some point go stupid parabolic. Once stupid parabolic happens, then I'm going to be looking at getting out of Bitcoin, making sure I'm in a position to secure profits on altcoins when they continue their move. Then once I get out of altcoins, then we wait, we take a look, take a breather. Doesn't mean I hate the market. You don't have to be 24/7 in the market. You can trade this correctly to make money. That's what this whole thing is about. Whether you're trying to make more Bitcoin, if you sold Bitcoin at 18K and bought it, to USDT and bought it back at 3K, you made more Bitcoin. The whole point, either make more Bitcoin, make more US dollars. I don't care what your target is. You should be looking to sell at the top and buy back at the bottom. Sell high, buy low, and then sell high again. It's the process over and over and over again. And I'm telling you, as somebody who's been in this space for a very long time, people who were around in 2017 know this, right? So if you're a beginner, you weren't around in 2017, maybe you're not 100% aware of that. But people who have been in the space for a while, whales, experts, people I talk to, myself included, I'm waiting for this. I'm watching out for this. So I'm going to be a part of selling at the top and buying back at the bottom. And I want you guys just to be aware, giving you guys full transparency. My game plan is not going to change if you guys know my game plan. If it was a super secret thing, maybe I wouldn't make a video on it, but my game plan is not going to change if you guys know it. So the best thing I can do is give you guys the opportunity to watch out for that as well. Please, please, please don't be the person who holds Bitcoin all the way up to 100K, then all the way down to 15K. Going to be painful. It's going to be very, very painful. Not just are you going to be able to, at 100K, have the money on paper that would be life-changing for a lot of people, then you're going to watch it go to 15K, right? That's going to cause a lot of stress, a lot of pain, a lot of fights, arguments in your marriage, whatever it is. It's going to create a shitstorm. And then you really don't want that to happen, right? You really don't want that to happen. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm going to end this on a great note. Thicc Charizard is selling for 40 Ethereum. You guys know we talked about thick Pokemons. We talked about thick Pikachu the other day, the other video. They were going for 1 Ethereum, 2 Ethereum, maybe 5 Ethereum. Well, the ultimate card, the card that if you own a PSA 10 version of the Charizard, not Thicc Charizard, they don't have those, but the Charizard, the PSA 10 version, it sells for around $500,000. And people still believe it's a $1 million card. That's going to reach $1 million for one cardboard card graded at a PSA 10. I mean, $1 million. So maybe a Thicc Charizard is undervalued at 70K, but somebody's paying $70,000. Think about this. Think about how much money the crypto market has made people, and things like this is what show me that we're getting to that point where people are just so stupid rich beyond what they were a year ago, that people are out here buying $70,000 Thicc Charizards. I mean, it's a flex. It's a very, very hard flex, but nonetheless, congratulations to whoever owns this. I'm not going to be spending $70,000. No, it doesn't matter if I could or not, or if I could buy 1 million of them. I'm not going to be spending 70 grand on a Thicc Charizard. I will, however, potentially be spending a little bit on some other cards, and I will, when I sell that Bitcoin at the top, I'm going to be then that's when you buy that Lambo. That's when that moon Lambo comes in. When Lambo, after peak, right? When we buy Lambo in the crypto market, after Bitcoin and altcoins hit their peak. Once we enter the bear market, I've secured my bag. Then I'll buy the Lambo. Maybe when Bitcoin hits, the 15K low, maybe it goes to 100K down to 15. Maybe I'll sell the Lambo, buy back Bitcoin, let it do its thing. Then I'll buy the Lambo back. We'll just keep trading between Bitcoin, Lambo, Bitcoin, Lambo, Bitcoin, Lambo. That might be the best game plan. I'll keep you guys updated on that and how that whole thing gets set up though. But guys, again, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys appreciate a little bit more of a historical price action plus technical strategic side. I know not always the most entertaining, but I appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate you guys sharing, liking, subscribing, all of that good stuff. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys think. I'll see you guys next time for another video.